زقر الليالي على الأقدار واستحلل القيامة.
And it's like, I was thinking about Pharaoh and Musa, and this is an age, a pharaonic age. Those of you in Europe, you know, you're being oppressed. This is a difficult time. For Pharaoh had magic. And it is the age of a pharaonic age. And Musa said to his people when they were being very oppressed, he said, if you have Iman, put your trust in Allah, if you are Muslims, the three together. And they replied, we put our trust in Allah. And, O Lord, save us. O Lord, do not let us be a target of the wrongdoing people. O Allah, rescue us from the Kafirun. Now, their trust is that they're asking for trust, that they're continually asking in conversation with Allah all the time, give me trust, help me Allah. That is your trust. And in the weird, if you think what we say every day, and we must say the weird every day. When Zuleika and I were in Morocco and we were with Sidi Hamid the night before he died, and he did the weird, and he said, if you do the weird every day, whatever you do, you will be protected. So every day we are saying, we ask you for a pure Iman, enduring, established and protected from every ambiguity and danger. And this is the dua of the great awliya. They ask for an enduring Iman. We are Mu'min, but the awliya know that it's a gift from Allah. This is a gift from Allah and He can take it away. And we know we want an enduring, established, that's not waived with every difficulty. And again, in Quran, it says, if your Lord had willed, all the people on earth would have Iman. Do you think you can force people to be mu'minun? No self can have Iman except with Allah's permission. He puts a blight on those who do not use their intellect. So here he's saying, talking about Iman and equating it with using your intellect, as we are asked all through the Quran to use our intellect. Sheikh Junaid was asked, who can be attributed with intellect? And he said, whoever examines a matter, follows it through to its end, and if it is good, does it. If it is not, he does not do it. Meaning, really, you do not act on your whims, that you follow it through. And I think this is incredibly important in this day and age to do this, to have trust, and we have to be very careful. When we were young, the Sheikh would not let us go out. We didn't go out to work, we didn't go to universities, we didn't do anything. The age has changed, and now, and it's good. People go to universities, they have to work, they go out and do things to discover their potential. All of this is good, but it can have an effect, and we have to be very careful. We have to go in and withdraw. We know the deen is the middle way. It's the middle between gravity and between lightness. It's between, and as Sheikh Abdul, as you all know what he said about the middle way, he said, the middle way is if you go to the mosque and you're more and more in the mosque and you suddenly find you're ignoring your family, you step out and you go and start seeing your family more. And then you go on seeing your family till you realize you're neglecting the mosque. This is the middle path. And that's what we want. If we go out, we have to come back. We have to come into the core of our hearts. And now can I go on a bit? Have we got time? In Quran, we're called, he says, Ya ayyuhal aminu, but it also calls the believers, Ya ayyuhal, as you well know, Ya ayyuhal aminu wa aminu salihati. So, these two are intrinsically joined, we know. The aminu, the trust, and the amal salihati. They are one thing, and it has to be one thing. And Sheikh Abdul was giving a wonderful dars in Granada on behavior, the science of behavior. And in it he said, talking about amal, he says, the way we behave directly affects who we are and what will happen to us. The way we behave will directly affect who we are and what will happen to us. And of course he demonstrates by all the stories in Quran, which we know very well. He also gave this hadith, which is stealing from spoils of war does not appear in a people, but that terror is cast in their hearts. Fornication does not spread in a people, but there is much death amongst them. I thought actually of Africa with that, with the AIDS and things. People do not lessen measure and weights, but provision is cut off for them. This is a demonstration of what happens when we go outside the limits. And he was saying, basically, you are what you do. So, and I was then thinking of consumers. People are called consumers. That is what they have become. Consumers. That's what they are. Consumers. And you die on what you live, and you will be raised up on what you die. But what is it that stops us? At the same time, if we are what we do, we also know that it's not to do with building up a virtuous self. We know there are people who do it, everything's all right, but somehow all wrong. You know, they've got it all right outwardly, but somehow there's something wrong. And also we know that doing good, can become a habit. When you think you're the one who's doing the good things. I remember thinking in Bristol Gardens years ago, I'm doing all the work, it's only me. And then I suddenly thought, Allahu Alim, Allah knows. And if that's the case, then I get the reward. Of course it wasn't the case, everybody's working. But also, not only that, Allah is the creator of you and your actions. It is a gift that you can work. There'll come a day when you can't work, when you're taken away from you. So it's a gift that you can work and do things. It's a thing to be grateful for. The more you do, the better. And also, of course, we know the famous what Ibn Atiyah said, actions are lifeless forms. They're lifeless forms. It is the inner sincerity within the action that endows with life-giving spirit. And Ibn Ajiba says, the strength of certainty is the source of good actions. So it's the springboard. So this is why it's aminu wa amilu. The aminu comes first, actually, because it's the springboard for your good actions.